What is a good team? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys with another batch of Monster Exchange monsters for Puzzles. To let you guys know, the next few videos are going to be Puzzles and Dragons based because I do owe it to the last four pairs of Monster Exchange monsters that I did not get a chance. I wanted to do some more Puzzles and Dragons content on the main channel, and with everything that was going on from June all the way till now, it's been very hectic. So I am trying my best to give you guys as much possible content as I can, and hopefully you guys do enjoy it because yeah, it takes a lot out of people to try to do a lot of content, and I will make a separate video. But with that said, we're going to take the focus on to two of the monsters that have joined the Monster Exchange for a limited time, and they may now be on rotation coming up in November. Those monsters are Amaterasu and Antares. Antares and Amaterasu both received newer forms via the Monster Exchange evolution. Monster Exchange. I like to say they're the Monster Exchange evolution. They're just an upgraded form to super reincarnated that you're going to probably need for either the monster's going to be super reincarnated or a reincarnated version that's from a pantheon. There hasn't been any godfest exclusive monsters at the moment, um, but I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Another thing to note is that you're going to need particular um, you're going to need particular cards from dungeons that are probably not going to be in rotation for a while, or if they're in rotation, you're probably going to need the pad pass to get them. Now, why do I say this? It's simply because in order to promote the pad pass, they put a lot of stuff behind. And while it's unfair for many, including myself, who are the masses that don't want to pay for play a game that basically starts off as the play, but has literally become win. It does make things a lot difficult if there is a particular monster that you're looking for a monster change in order to get this particular card's newer form on a team. And rather, you're going to be doing a lot if you need multiple to see my Hera Dragon or not Hera Dragon, Theory Dragon, where in order to make that team or a team with her on it work, you needed either multiples of her or to have multiples of her in order for different things. Yes, not as good as the rest of the other Chinese celestial goddesses got, but we'll get to those bridges when we. And at this moment right now, we're going to be focusing on entries in Rasu, who actually, funny enough, are really good in the clericals. Because as we know, Amaterasu is a really good cleric, and in this newer form, more of a good. While Antares is definitely giving the heat to the fire chief with his newer form and its abilities. One thing to note is that all the monsters in the Monster Exchange will have what's called Evolution Skill, which is that they have a base skill that after they use it, it will evolve into other skills, and accordingly on how you want to utilize those skills, both the first stage of it and its final stage. As well as this, you're going to need a lot of black medals because they're all going to require you to have at least two event medals black, which you can easily get by farming through particular events or going through particular um, descend quests in order to farm up the rainbow ones. Then you take 5 of the rainbow ones, and that becomes one black medal, and then you can exchange those black medals with particular cards in their material needed for this newer form in order to get that particular form. What I mean, well, let's scroll down, which is the lineup for Holy Heavenly Dancing Beast Amaterasu Dragon. So for Amaterasu Dragon, you do need her super reincarnated form. Then, like I said, the event medals. And then you need particular evolution material, as well as a monster from a particular dungeon in order to evolve. In order to evolve that particular card. For Amaterasu, you're going to need 10, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, but double that. You're going to need 10 Omega Holy Sky Dragon Shangri-La. You can find Shangri-La in the normal dungeon stage, 3-10, the Sky Dragon's domain with no recovery. But there were particular dungeons that are unfortunately either locked behind pad paths or they're set in a rotation to come in. I do believe there isn't any Shangri-Las in technical dungeons, but the comment section is open for you guys to at. I do believe there may be access to Shangri-La, but more so Shangri-La's previous one, which is the Holy Sky Dragon, in which you have to get materials in order to evolve from the Holy Dragon to the Omega Holy Dragon. And then that way, once you have 10, with 10 Angelit and 30 Dragon Fruit, you'll be able to exchange all of those to make the Heavenly Dragon itself. Um, the evolution material, you can easily find those within dungeons, normal, technical, all of that. Know where those particular cards spawn, farm those, and easily get them, and then help you build up to your new mod. Now, let's talk about Heavenly Dancing Dragon, Heavenly Dancing Beast, Amaterasu Dragon. So, Amaterasu Dragon has the types of Dragon, God, and Healer type. She is dual colored, fire, light and fire. She has the awakenings of a super bind resist, a super skill boost, a super time machine, two super team RC, no, two RCB plus, two 10 combo awakenings, a two prong attack, and a voice recognition awakening. So yeah, she has some pretty set awakenings attached to her. Then we also have her evolution skill and her leader skill. So our evolution skill starts off at Divine Draco Dance at a max level of 18 turns. Fully recovers Bind, including Awoken Bind in unmatchable status. Then all of their allies' skills charged by 2. When this skill evolves, it would become Divine Halo, which is fully recovers Bind and Awoken Bind in unmatchable status and half damage for 2 turns. With the leader skill of Heavenly Dancing Beast Advance, 2.4 times to all stats when the rarity of the team are different from each other. Then 13 times attack and half damage when fire and light attack at when light and fire attack at. So basically, any monsters that she has on her team has to heavily consist of light and fire in order for her to do 13 times max damage to them. So that's what you're gonna have to be doing. Excuse me for that. But the leader skill being a fully awoken bind, uh, being a full recovery from bind, awoken bind, and imaginable status can be very beneficial. As a cleric at Amaterasu, that clears out the hazards of being bind and awoken bind and stuff like that, while also being able to charge up your allies' skills by 2 turns. So giving 2 turns of haste to your teammates can be very useful, especially on transformations. Because I believe one of the big things that I seen Amaterasu Dragon on, I want to say, was Seawolf Daytona, in which Seawolf and Daytona definitely benefit from the dual attribute Amaterasu Dragon, because she's both fire and she's fire, she's light. She has, of course, the ability to clear a cleric style active in order to keep the team going, which is good, and it's a really set. Her super awakenings are levitation, so that you can avoid the gravity issue in a dungeon. The super blind resist, which will prevent you from being blinded by your opponent's effect, and then the super skill moves, which, to be fair, I feel like these two are definitely going to. These two right here are definitely going to. You can find a weapon that drops the blind resist. You're never going to be in need of that. And if you do have the unwoken. You have the. Oh, she doesn't have it, but there is the cross ability that does the awaken. So, with that said, actually, Excuse me. Her weapon assist, Amaterasu Dragon's Comb, does have the cross attached to it in its awakening. So for God Dragon typing, it is a weapon assist awakening with God type awakening, RCV awakening, skill boost awakening, cross orb awakening, and super time instant. The active skill that the comb has is divine province, which province. I'm sorry, province, same thing. Anyway, fully recovers HP, bind status plus awoken bind status, and unmatchable orb status while avoiding damage from a pretty good combination between both the original effect and um, the weapon assist, the weapon assist in the base monster full organic setup is have um Amaterasu already doing the setup for cleric style active, and here's her comb doing. Then you get the cross, which just basically helps out even. You guys don't know what the cross is. The cross is when you take 5 orbs of the same attribute and you match them together in the form of a cross. You have one in the middle, 4 on the sides, one on top, one on bottom, one on left, one on right. That will not only clear out the unmatchable status, or I believe, excuse me, I'm still recovering from cold, will include getting rid of the, I think it's for a certain amount of turns that will be reduced for the uh, blinding. But then also, it's going to be like a whole bunch of amazing shit attached to that. I think you even get an attack buff as which is rare because I remember when the cross meta was a thing. Yeah, you guys remember cross meta? I remember. Well, now they decided to call it cross meta into not only a meta, but also a way to clear an unlikable status, unlikable status effect. Very beneficial. And I think it's a really good thing to have in case you want to make two, and you can equip one to another cleric, or a card that's not a cleric, but you want to act as. Or just pop it onto Amaterasu, and she can have even more stuff attached to it. Moving on from there, we have metal art Antares. So for metal Antares, you need reincarnated Antares. You need two um black metals. But then you need 10 metallic star dragon Scorpio, which is not as hard of a catch as Shangri-La. If you want me to be honest, the thing is that this metallic star has to appear in Noah Dungeon, Machine Noah Dungeon, in order for you to get it. Now, I do believe there are the dungeons that featured the metallic star zodiac monsters, so you probably be able to find them in rotation. So if you do, I would definitely say farm. Check each week and then farm for those. So when this particular card for entries does come back, you can actually have the materials. Keeper of Gold and double Ruby Lit, 10 double Ruby Lit, and 10, no, 30 double Ruby Lit, and then 10 Keepers of Gold. The Keepers of Gold, of course, are in the Keeper of Gold 40 Tuesday dungeon. That's where all the Keeper monsters, the guards that look like. And then the double Rainbow Lits are, of course, in the Shrine of the Spirits Extra Floor on Friday. But if you do some of the higher technical dungeons, you definitely run into materials in the PAL exchange as well. So you use your PAL points in the Evo material. These things are in like other than that, yeah, like I said, you can easily just farm no attention, help it spawn. Fine. Now let's take a look at the monster itself. So this is of course Metal Entries. Uh 5 he's a what is it? Dual fire attributed uh card with machine, god, and attacker types. 5 VDPs, 1 super skill boost, 1 bind resist, 1 skill bind resist, and 1 voice awakening. Now, I don't really care for the voice awakenings. Guys enjoy them, that's good. I rather that be skill. Speaking of skills, we have the evolution skill, which is Zodiac sign Scorpio, which is unlock all orbs, then change orbs to fire. Change all heal orbs to fire. It fully recovers HP. All of their allies skills charged by 2, and then it evolves into Crimson Star Antares. Create a square of 3 by 3 fire orbs. Create a rectangle of 3 by 4 fire orbs when the board is at 7 by 6. So, Antares overall was the orb maker for the metallic side. I think most of the metallic side are taking certain abilities and stuff in there. Now, in terms of Antares, oh my god, it's mid. It's mid. I'm sorry, they're like way better fire cards that can do a lot of their own true damage without resorting to VDP. You have a lot of cards that can make the orbs to set up the VDP without having it to be orbs, which I don't. The leader skill, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, Mechanical Scorpion Advance, which is a 4.8 times HP and 5 times attack when all rarities of the team are the same. So you can't even really do good damage and have good HP unless the team shares this rarity as your card. It's rare, especially with uh, most teams wanting to use transformation cards. Really not good. Then it's 5 times attack and inflicts 5,000 damage with 9 plus linked fire orbs. Basically, it sounds like someone's trying to make this card compensate for Cammy from New Year's collab for Lunar New Year collab, and then spark that onto certain cards and then make a whole scene over it. But it has nothing to do with what I was talking about. And this whole thing, here's the thing. I don't mind this, but if there's really not a solid way to generate massive amount of orbs, unfortunately, and I'm gonna say this, yeah, Antares is not trying to. It seems like a very mid card because everything about it is just taking heart orbs, turning it into fire after fully recovering my HP. Okay. 2 turns of haste. Most cards can do haste. Then when you become haste, you only do a 3 by 3 board for one attribute. Yeah, I'm good. This can stay right where it is. It's mid. No, it's not even mid. It's just low tier. It has a super. What is it? A super poison resist, another VDP, and another skill boost. Eh, it's there. Metal Antares' brooch. Machine type gives the equipped fire equipped BDP fire horror canceling chance and 2 team skill boosts with the active skill of basically making boxes of ore. It is Crimson Starlight on a 6 turn cooldown. At 6 combos for 1 turn, then removes locked ores to create a square of 3 by 3 fire ores. If a 7 by 6 board, 3 by 4. It's mid as the fucking makes it. I'm sorry. It's mid, 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 mid. It's both of these cards are mid. I can see why now they like have to pair it with 2 because they don't want one to be overbroken. But then again, I don't know. Hades' monster was really good for it. What's that evolution? There are there's really not much I can honestly say. I think there's just better options. Who am I? The brooch, not too bad. If you, I don't think too many fire cards on it as the BDP. If they do, they're probably all the newer age cards that have the be set up. So you need it. I mean, there's probably some better. Yeah. With that said, there are some upgrades to the variation of base monsters here um, for the monsters. I believe there are a few here, but Things happen. Speaking of things happen, I'm getting extremely tired. So, yeah, if you guys want to check out anything, I'll leave links in the description box below so you guys can check out the Monster Exchange line and all the things attached to the newer monsters. And let me know what you guys think of the newer monsters. Do you think they're going to be good subs, or do you think they're going to be good leads for teams in the future? With that said, thank you everybody for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel as it helps me out. Hit the notification bell to be informed of when I upload more of my channel, and my social media links are in the description. So thanks everybody for watching. This is Day.